Radio with the Living Workshop, and today is June 11th, 2025. It's Wednesday. Got to tell you that. So, this is, I haven't done my writing yet, so this might be a little bit all over the place. We'll see. I don't know. So going to give Steve a hand manufacturing the chapel squares. You know, I just find myself back in metal world temporarily. Seems like I can give him a really good hand. I've got some good insights. And I need some work to do I can pay some bills. So, as we are. That's where we are. Because of that, I am up a little bit earlier. I got to catch a ride from him. So, because of that, I slept a little bit later. I was up at the time to be able to do the writing and then also to do this. And I decided to sleep a little bit longer. So, that's where we are. Did a little bit of writing to keep the place. And then I'll come back and I'll finish writing for the hour when I'm done with this project. So, with that being said, gratitude. What am I grateful for? I have not had time to write down what I am grateful for, but that is okay because I've done this quite a few times, so I am pretty good at listing them off. So, something that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for this. I have a wind chime that sits in the center of the top floor of the house. I blow on it and it makes really nice tones. I'm grateful for that. I like to kind of think that it kind of, let me put this, almost like it tunes the house. I like to think that by, in the same way that if you're happy and you're hanging out in a space and you're always happy in that space is going to kind of tend to kind of have that happiness kind of like stick to it, either literally in the fact that if somebody else came in there without you in there, they'd feel a little happier. That gets a little bit out there, but if you're in there with them, it gets a little bit easier because you've already primed yourself in that place for happiness. So you'll probably just drop into that sort of neurological state, and then your friend, depending on how good of a tuning fork they are, might just tune into you. But anyways, so that's kind of like playing around with tones and vibrations and things like that for those reasons, and it's just kind of a cool thing. Anyway, so I'm grateful for that. I am grateful for random little rants like that. That's two. And I am grateful for the skill set that I have built myself over the course of years and decades, where now I can be both helpful to other people as well as useful for myself. And I just like being skilled up. I like having skills. I like learning how to do stuff with my hands and other stuff as well. I just feel like the hand stuff kind of crucial. Also things that make tend to make men. Not in like, I'm not trying to do like a man woman thing. I'm trying to do like a healthy masculine versus like a toxic or an unhealthy masculine. And so my angle here that I'm trying to, I think, start is saying that like builders, like carpenters and things like that, we'll just stick with that now because it's good, are a much better representation of what a healthy masculine energy or role would, or I hate to say should, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm not going to say it. It's just a better role model than dudes that are kind of of just try and dominant assholes, try and dominate other men, but actually don't have any real skills. All they have is that paper, that green paper. But we all know that our deep insides don't really listen to that paper. So that's why you can physically build stuff in the world pretty good. Or if you're like very, very skilled. If you're very, very skilled being a hand-to-hand judo person or some sort of other physical thing where you could actually like end somebody's life with your hands or something like that, that'll also make you feel pretty safe too, in a real way. The green paper stuff's just not gonna do it. So, anyways. So I'm grateful for that. Let's just go with I'm grateful for the fact that I've got good hand skills. Good with my hands. Good with building stuff. Good with imagining stuff. Good at taking stuff from my headspace, my imaginal space, and bringing it down here. I'm also getting pretty good at just not worrying about looking like an idiot or sounding like an idiot in front of this camera. So grateful for that. Also, I am aware I'm getting kind of like a bald top sort of vibe going. I think I'm just gonna. I saw Wim Hof the other day, not literally in real life. I saw him on on YouTube. He's got that goofy hair shit going on too. So whatever. Anyways, that's what I'm grateful for. How have I been talking for 6 minutes and I have barely said anything? Okay. So what we're doing today is we're gonna go manufacture chapel squares. We're going to help figure out that process. We're going to streamline it. We're going to work on checking out how to streamline it a little bit. We're going to get everything all organized. And we're just going to go through that process over and over and over again and try and pick out little parts that don't need to be there and streamline and just do what we need to do and work on optimizing all that stuff. Why? Because it's kind of fun and it needs to get done. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're doing a timber framing course on site here. I should probably start saying that because in fact now I'm making squares and I live here. So if you wanted to go to Fox Maple School Traditional Building, you could go online. Well, you go to that website and you could either buy the squares or you could join the timber framing class, the intro to timber framing class. It's pretty cool. It's got a bunch of math. So it's not just brute physical strength. It involves quite a lot of mental stuff. So it's actually really good class. And not what they're going to teach you at all the other ones. So if you want to learn how the old temple builders or the cathedral builders used to build everything, you'd want to learn this. If you just wanted to learn how to build a timber frame based on plans, you could go to one of the other ones or whatever. I actually haven't been to the other ones, so I shouldn't. It sounds like I'm throwing shade. I'm not trying to throw shade. I don't even know. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go make some squares. So that's pretty cool, and then probably build some stuff with those squares at some point this summer, probably at the end of this week. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Didn't know I'd be doing this time last week. That's what we're doing. That's how we are. We're in the flow of life. You're living. We're in the living workshop. Maybe I should drop the G and it'll just be the living workshop. Welcome to the living workshop. Welcome to the live in workshop. Oh man, wow. Okay, all right. I got it. This is ridiculous. I gotta get out of here. Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow, as you probably know, even though this is me just probably talking to myself right now and potentially maybe Jen because she's got to go to work today, so she's got to probably watch videos of me to entertain herself. So, okay, cool. That's what I'm grateful for. That's what I'm doing today. Now, let's see if we can time this out so I can click this thing up and then I can go, so, and what are you grateful for today? And what task no matter how small. Maybe just a little tiny one today. Maybe just a little tiny. Maybe you just look something up that you were curious about in that idea or that dream that you had that you wanted to kind of work on, but you got everything else going on. But maybe you just decide I'm gonna look that thing up. I'm gonna toss a little pebble into the quantum field. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So what that little task like that are you working on? Bring yourself closer to a brighter future for yourself and for all of us, because we're all in this together. Yeah, that's it. I'm Tio. This is the Living Workshop. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the day. And I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.